What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at something that you guys have waited a long time for. It's my review of the LEGO Star Wars AT-T. So this is my 50 subscriber special. I announced this a while back, and I told you guys that once I got to 50 subscribers, I would be doing this. And surprisingly, I did. That was a huge milestone for me. I never thought I would actually hit 50 subscribers, so thank you guys so much. The next goal is 100 subscribers, and when I get to 100 subscribers, the 100 subscriber special is going to be a showcase of my clone army, so make sure to subscribe so I can get that out as well, and you guys can get to see all the clone troopers I own and whatnot. We're going to jump right into this review, and we're going to start off with the minifigures. Starting off, the first minifigure you're going to get in this set is a LEGO Star Wars Battle Droid. You actually get 3 of them in this set, which is really nice. They do have the metallic gray gunmetal guns. I don't know if you can notice that. They don't have black guns. They're starting with now giving them the gray gunmetal guns, which actually looks a lot better for the battle droids. Yeah, he's just a standard, normal battle droid. Kind of great if you're trying to build an army of them, because you get 3 of them in one set, which is really nice. But not the biggest figure in the set. But yeah, let's move on to the next figure. The next figure is a figure that we have not gotten in a while, and I actually own the earlier model of this figure. This is the LEGO Clone Gunner, and he looks really, really good. But those helmet holes really just kind of make him look a bit weird. He still looks good with them, but yeah, personally, I feel as if I prefer the look of the old one, but this guy looks really good. He's got some tan straps, and the old one had white straps, and now they're using tan straps for him. He's got that big chest armor piece, just plain white legs, and then he's got that really nice gunner helmet, and there's a lot of, like, battle damage on it. You can't see a lot of it from the camera, but yeah, he does have quite a bit of battle damage on that helmet that they just put in there, which is really nice to see. But yeah, all in all, a great figure. It's really a shame that you only get one of him, because since this is an AT-T, you would think that you would get 2, one to pilot and one to gun, but that's just how it is. You only get one of them, which is kind of sad, but I'm not that mad about it, because I do already have one that I use for this anyway. The next figure you're going to get in this set is the LEGO Star Wars 212 Trooper. You actually get 3 of these minifigures as well, and as you can see on the box, 2 of them have long rifles, one of them has the short rifle. I just gave all of them short guns because I prefer it that way. I don't like the long rifles. I'm not a fan of them. These guys look good. The body printing looks really nice. So does the leg printing. The back of the figure, it's pretty plain, but it's got those 2 orange triangles, I guess you would call them. Now, one thing that a lot of people are really upset about this 212 Trooper is the helmet. They feel that that is one thing that kind of ruins this figure. And for 2 reasons. One, the helmet holes. And I don't really care too much about the helmet holes. I mean, if I had an older 212 minifigure without helmet holes that would constantly be side by side with this, and I could see the difference, then yeah, I would get kind of nitty gritty and upset about it. But I don't really mind it too much. Now, another thing is that this little fin thing, it's supposed to come all the way down to a point before it hits the black line. And you can see that on the box art right here. Yeah, but that's just not how it is on the actual figure. So those are the 2 reasons why a lot of people don't like this figure. I personally love them, and we get 3 of them in this set, which is really awesome. I hope they come out with like a battle pack for this or something to help Army build these guys, because this is the only set you can get them in so far. But yeah, really nice figure. Last but definitely not least, the figure that everyone was hyped for, it's Phase 2 Commander Cody. This is the first time we've ever gotten him in LEGO. I modified him quite a bit. He's supposed to have a normal short blaster, but I gave him my custom DC-15 blaster that I made. I actually made a short featuring this. You can go check that out on my channel. I also gave him a backpack as well, just because he has like kind of that jetpack thing. Normally, it is printed on the back, but I just don't like the print. I like it to be more of a like physical backpack thing. So I just put that on. The orange arms look really good. And when a lot of people used to decal this minifigure, it would have white arms, and that just did not look complete, seeing as how he was like a 212 Trooper. And so having the orange arms really just, for me, completes the figure. And then the leg printing is really great as well. They have that nice little gray box on the torso with those red and blue dots to signify that he is a commander. He's got that awesome gray torso. That's such a huge part of him because it's supposed to be gray, unlike other clone troopers who have white torsos. So that's just a really nice detail that they included. He has a bit of it orange, and then he's got those 3 orange rectangles protruding out of it. And on the back, it's just the jetpack print. You can't see it because I do have that physical jetpack on. But if you guys want to see that, I'm going to take this off. And yeah, that's how the jetpack print looks. Really nice. Oh, and he does have a custom face. So this is his custom face. It is quite different from the other clone trooper faces that we have been getting. So that's really nice that he gets his own special face. And the Rex from the UCS Venator also has that. So I guess they're giving the commander their own special faces, which is really nice. And then he's got this nice orange visor piece on his helmet. It's not the best. It's made for Phase 1. Doesn't look that good with Phase 2. I might trim it up a little bit just to make it look better. But this is how his helmet looks if you don't have the visor on, or if you just fold it back. Doesn't look the best without the visor. It just doesn't look complete without the visor. But yeah, really nice figure overall. One of my favorite figures in my collection. Now let's move on to the builds. The first build that we're going to be taking a look at is the LEGO Star Wars Dwarf Spider Droid, which actually looks really good. I don't have an earlier one of these, so I don't have one to compare it to. This is my first one. But yeah, it looks really good. However, the legs are a bit wobbly. You are supposed to put a clear white piece underneath this little, like, this piece, or whatever it's called. I really don't know what that piece is called. And you can see that in the thing. You can see that clear white piece that's used. But I didn't do that because it looks kind of weird to me. But the legs have a lot of mobility. You can move them however you want. This little antenna on the top, you can also move around a bit if you want to. However, I recently got this set, so it's kind of stiff, so it doesn't move around quite loosely, which is actually nice because it stays in one spot. The gun is also really nice. You can aim it up and down. Of course, the eyes are going to move as well, but you can always just push them back. Honestly, a really nice dwarf spider droid, and it's a great piece of artillery for your droid army. But, of course, it's not going to stand any match for the clone's vehicle, which is going to be the ATT. Moving on to the final and the coolest build in this set, it's the LEGO Star Wars ATT. Now, I'm going to have to take this step by step because this thing is huge. You can see the size of a minifigure right next to it. It's about, maybe I'd say 4 minifigures tall, and it's very, very long. So, yeah, really nice build. We're going to jump right into it. First off, we're going to start with the legs of the ATT. Now, the middle legs are not really what supports it. They just have a lot of mobility, which is really nice in the front or back. And then they have this really nice circle piece. You can rotate that a bit, too. And then they have these nice gear pieces that serve as, I don't know. I don't know what they're supposed to be. But they just look really good on the legs. And the middle legs, honestly, they just have a lot of mobility. One of my favorite parts about this build. And then if we're going to the side legs, they're all the same. They do kind of stop the vehicle from, going too far down. You can see they just stop it right like that. And then they also have a gear piece as well. And then they have these nice little slope pieces, and so do the middle legs. And all the legs are the same, so if I were to turn over to the other side of this ATT, you would see the same thing. So the legs are honestly really, really good. And they do have a bit of studs showing, but they don't have a ton of studs, so it doesn't make the ATT look ugly or whatnot. The legs are honestly one of the best features, and they actually did a great job of making them look really good. Okay, so we're going to start with the back of the ATT, and you're going to see on the back we have these two rotating ball turrets, which is really nice. And then we have a bunch of nice slope pieces. These slope pieces look so, so good. And I managed to get the stickers on these sides just right, and it really just looks amazing. Yeah. And so these are two separate panels. As you can see, they're not the same thing. They are connected. And then we have these side panels, and this has a bit of battle damage on it. And then we have these two, I forgot what these two pieces are called, but they're connected onto each other. And then we have these nice little circle pieces that serve as they're kind of the top parts of the legs, and they look really, really good. And it's the same thing on the other side, except no battle damage, and there is instead battle damage here, and there's none on this side, as you can see. Well, except on that piece. It's just the opposite of the other side in terms of the battle damage stuff. And I believe, oh yes, we do also have these slope pieces right here, which also look really nice. I believe that there are some, yes, those yellow stud pieces are supposed to represent lights, I'm pretty sure. At least that's what I believe. And now if we open up the back of the ATT, this is one of the best parts. But first we're going to take a look at the handle. Now the middle section of this ATT is all black, which is really, really nice because it kind of contrasts with the gray, and that is how the ATT is supposed to be. You have this nice little handle here, and you can just pick up the whole ATT. I am very paranoid about picking up my Legos, and this is the first big Lego set I've ever gotten. So when I saw the carrying handle, I don't really use it. I normally just pick up the whole thing because I'm so paranoid about dropping my Legos. I just don't trust the handle. It works, it's sturdy, but I still just don't trust it. So now for opening up the back of this is a really weak connection because these pieces aren't even supposed to go together. So you just pull this up, flap it down, pull this up, pull these up and away, and pull this one up and away. And there is the interior, and the back interior is huge. We have this nice little spot where you can hold 2 guns, and then I guess you can put 2 more guns on these little panels as well. We do have a coffee cup here, and then another place that you can put a gun, a fire hydrant, and we have 4 seats for clone troopers, and you could fit another one right there as well. And we have another seat, plus this these controls for the back turret ball guns. And I did kind of mess up the sticker quite a bit, so it doesn't look the best, but normally it would look like that. It looks really great. And then we have these 2 red lights. So the back of the ATT looks absolutely huge. Oh, sorry, hit the camera. And in a second, I'm going to show you guys how it looks all loaded up with troopers. So this is how the ATT looks with troops all loaded up in the back. So as you can see, it can fit 5 troopers, and you can fit 1 more in the back right there. I have done that before, and you can fit it. It looks really great with all the troopers loaded up. Honestly, I really love the back part the most because you can fit so much troopers. And now we're going to move on to the front of the ATT. Moving on to the front of the ATT, first we're going to take a look at this giant big gun on the top. This gun looks really, really good. It's extremely long. It's mainly black, but then we got that nice little piece of red in here, which really looks good with the whole color scheme. It is a very stiff connection, so it does not have a lot of free mobility, but if you turn it to the side, then you can point it really far down. But yeah, this piece right here is kind of going to keep it from pointing too far up, as you can see. Honestly, these slope pieces really just look really good. And then we have these 2 stud shooters on either side that you can shoot. And then we have space for 1 clone trooper here. And in this set, that's going to be your clone gunner. That's what you're going to use him for. And now there are no studs there for him to connect to, so he is going to wobble a bit when you turn this. But yeah, that's a really nice top turret main gun for this ATT. And then looking over here, you can see we also have another one of those hatch or whatever that is supposed to be. It's just a sticker that you put on, and it does have some battle damage there as well. So yeah, that honestly looks really nice. Moving on to the sides, we got a nice little piece with the Republic logo, and then we have the same thing that we have on this side. One side does not have battle damage, and then the other side does, and it's the same Republic logo as the other side. So yeah, really nice. It's basically the same as the back, except they just put on a Republic logo. So it looks really, really, really nice. And then moving on to the very front, if I just move this main gun out of the way, you can see the 4 ball turrets, the iconic parts of this ATT. And then these pieces do sort of wobble a bit, but it's not much of a problem unless you're very nitty-gritty about this type of stuff. And this cockpit is going to be where you're going to put your driver for your ATT. But before we go into there, we're going to take a look at these white lights here. So those are kind of floodlights, so the ATT can see what's in front of it. Then we have this nice little ladder piece, I guess you would say, or grail piece, that just sort of reaches across the front of the ATT. 2 more ball turret guns. These ball turret guns are amazing. I love it. They're one of my reasons why I love the ATT. And then we have another matching symmetrical of the set of those yellow lights. So yeah, I think those are supposed to be lights. I'm almost 100% sure. Then we have like these teeth piece on here, this black teeth piece. Oh, and you can see that when I did that, it pulled away. So that's how you're going to get this out. Basically, just grab it, pull away. And it does have a little piece there. And there's a Technic rod in there that it inserts to. So that's how it looks with it not in there. And this is where you're going to want to put your driver. And in this case, it's going to be the clone gunner. Well, it's not going to be the clone gunner. It would be a 212 trooper, but since I already have the clone gunner here, I'm just going to put him in there. And then you're going to put that back into the ATT, and it's a lot easier to do this with 2 hands. But yeah, that's how it looks with one of your troopers inside. It honestly looks really, really good. And oh wait, no, I actually forgot. We are going to take a look in the interior of the front because there is an interior to the front part of this ATT. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys how to open up the front part of this ATT. So you're going to want to turn this main gun to the side. Well, you don't have to, but it just helps me a bit more. You're going to want to pull this part there, pull these things out and away, out and away. and it's not really a repeat of the back. It's a lot smaller than the back. So you can see here we have some thermal detonators that are supposed to go right there. We actually have a box here, and inside this box is going to be 2 of the extra thermal detonators that you get in this set, and as well as a white binoculars piece, which is honestly really nice. I don't have one of those, so it's cool to have one of those. Not a piece that I was trying to get, but yeah, just something nice to have. And I did not close this correctly, so let me see if I can just get this closed correctly. Okay, I think that should do it. Yep, that works. And then you're just gonna put this back in, right? Yeah, it's a bit of a hard fit if you got big hands because it's really just a small space. And as you can see, this thing wobbled, so you're gonna pull this entire part out. And I know I did have a video of my custom 501st ATRT MOX, and I can fit one of those in this space without this piece in there. I have tried, and it has worked, and it does fit, and it's really, really cool. But realistically, the ATRT would be in the back of the ATTE if we're really looking at actual, like, Star Wars. But yeah, this piece, 2 troopers can sit there. It's got a wrench, so only 2 troopers can fit in the front. Unless you're counting this part, you could probably fit another trooper there. So the front just a lot more smaller than the back. The back just has a lot more space. So now we're going to close it. Oh, don't do what I just did. You're supposed to close these parts first. It makes it a lot easier. So yeah, honestly, just a really, really nice build. Now we're going to get into my final thoughts about this set. Moving on to my final thoughts about this set, one thing we're going to talk about is the price. This set retailed for $140. However, you can find this on Walmart for $112 plus $8 tax, which is going to roughly cost you about $120. Now, for $120, and that is the price I got this set at, is this set worth it? Realistically speaking, no. Honestly, the reason this set is so expensive is because of the price per piece count. Honestly, including all of these minifigures and making the ATT really buff and solid just took a toll on the price. And because they use all those pieces, they actually use 1,082 pieces in this set. Because of all those pieces, the price is just really high. But this is an awesome set to get. Don't buy it at $140. Get it at $120. And I think you can find this on Bricklink. If you don't care about getting the minifigures, you can get the build only for $80. Yeah, honestly, I feel like this is an all-around good set because for bigger sets like this that cost more money, you have to make sure that you're not buying it for the minifigs because if you're paying $120 just to get a Commander Cody, you're going to be kind of disappointed because while he is super cool, I don't think he's worth buying this set just for him. You have to actually like the other parts of the set, and I honestly just love all of this set. It's one of my favorite sets of all time. So yeah, this has been my review of the LEGO Star Wars ATT. Make sure to smash that subscribe button so you guys can help me get to 100 subscribers for my next subscriber special, which is going to be a review of my LEGO Clone Army collection. Honestly, this has been one of my favorite sets. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time.